So we're talking about keyword density here, and the Yoast SEO plugin, what it does for you is it actually enables you to understand and gives you a percentage of how many times a keyword shows up within your content, right? So we'll go back here. Remember I was talking about whatever keyword you're having, be consistent about it and focus on that. So inside our content here, we got our opening paragraph, we have our middle paragraph, and we have our ending paragraph where you want to try and at least have your keyword in there. Now, I'm not saying you stuff your keyword in there because that's one of the worst things you can do. Google right now, Google is so worried about having the best visitors that's why they rank certain websites above others. They want to have the best content made available to their visitors, right? They care about their users because if they're sending their users to garbage pages, people are going to say, I'm going to go to Bing or Yahoo, right? So Google has really cornered the market and they focused on quality. So if you have good, relevant, quality content on your page that is not stuffed with keywords, then that's perfect. It's better to err on the side of having less keywords in there and have quality content than it is to have subpar content with a bunch of keywords stuffed in there, right? So use the keyword where it makes sense. Then you can use the Yoast SEO tool if you're using WordPress to understand your keyword density. You could also do a Google search for keyword density tool, and it'll tell you the percentage of times your keyword shows up within that text. And that'll give you just a rough idea as to what you're looking at. So you really want to try and stay within the parameters that Yoast sets. It's usually between 1, maybe 2% on the high end, but it varies. But just try and make it make sense. That's the most important thing. So while we're on the topic of content, let's just go in real quick on the types of content you should be creating. So we're on that point in our page where we should be talking about where we're having good content, right? So your content should be engaging to visitors. So types of content that's going to work for SEO. So you've got number 1 is going to be what's called listicles. Listicles. So here's what listicles are. So listicles are basically articles that have lists in them, right? So top 10 ways to lose weight, top 5 ways to go on vacation and not worry about your pet, top 3 ways to make money from home, top 36 ways to do this, 5 skincare methods you never knew existed, 10 different ways to hit a golf ball without having back pain, whatever the case is, right? So that's what a listicle is. It's top 10 articles, it's 5 ways to do something, it's 6 things you never knew about so-and-so, 7 things you never knew, those types of articles. Those types of articles are engaging. They're the types of articles that are going to get shared. Now that's going to lead me directly into another component of SEO, which is link building. And link building is not like it used to be. Back in the day, Google would look at your links and say, well, this website has 1,000 backlinks, this website has 10 backlinks, so I'm going to go with the website that has 1,000 backlinks, right? But gone are the days where it mattered on the volume of links, but now it's the quality of the links that you are putting out there. So quality links over quantity of links. Keep that in mind. And a quality link comes from if somebody really shares your content out there. They like your content and they share it. That's actually what Google, has pushed very hard. In fact, Matt Cutts, who's a guy you could follow from Google, at least back in the day, he would give you some good insights on that, and it was all about quality content, and it still is to this day. So that's why articles like these listicles get shares out there. And if you really want to get an idea as to how to structure your content or some ideas for content to create for your website, go out there on CNN.com, go out there on FoxNews.com. Look at the big news websites out there. I don't care what website it is, Huffington Post. Look at those big websites that are high traffic and look at their little advertisements that show up. Those are advertisements that are encouraging people to click, right? And they're ads that are taking people to an article that's actually selling something most of the time. But you'll see a lot of times they're very creative in the titles they use because it encourages clicks from their audience, right? I end up clicking on some of them because I'm like, wow, that's a very interesting topic, and they jump out at you. So look at how they're structuring their titles and see if you can incorporate that into your niche, into your article, and that's going to encourage more shares of your content. So listicles are another tremendous source of content. These are top 10 lists, ways to do something, you name it. These kind of articles do very, very well, and you should have a number of these on your website. So that's listicles. Number 2 is your basic article, right? And I'm not saying that you do just, a generic article, right? Listicles are great because they're lists, But obviously you don't want to have every single post be the same, right? You need to change up your content. So a good old-fashioned article. Now, I'm not saying it should be a short article. What I would encourage you to again, is when it comes, just like when it comes to backlinks, same thing when it comes to content on your blog. It's better to have quality content as opposed to a large quantity of content. You're better off to have 10 really, really good posts and content on your page than you are to have 100 posts that are maybe 200 words each, right? And there's something to be said about consistent quality content. So if that means it's going to take you a week to create a really good blog post and you do one a week, then do a really good blog post one a week. Maybe try and do 2 good blog posts every single week, or good articles on your website. I don't care what kind of website you have. If it's an e-commerce website, if it's a blog, if you're selling information products, you should be focused on quality, high quality material, high quality content, because that is ultimately going to be the driving force behind your business and how often you get searched out there and get that organic traffic, right? So a good old-fashioned article. And so when I'm saying a good article, I'm not saying have 300-word articles, right? Back in the day, it was 250 to 400-word articles that were popular. And, you know, they work for some article directory still. But a good article, maybe 1,500 to 2,000 words, right? Have an article. There was a study done actually from somebody that's a big SEO person, and they actually were looking at various keyword phrases and the articles that showed up, right? And the average length of the articles that showed up on the first page was between 1,500 and 2,000 words. So I can tell you, based on even studies, that 1,500 to 2,000 words of content is going to be the name of the game for you. It's going to be the best approach that you want to take. So focus on 2,000 some word articles, write a really good quality content. You could outsource that component if you want. Go out to Fiverr and find people that will write articles for you. The next component here, so you've got your articles. The next component is going to be videos. Videos are another great source of content for your website. And you might be wondering, I thought this was an SEO content that you're teaching me on, right? And the reason I'm teaching you all this is because content is such a vital part of SEO, because as you recall, Google wants the best results for their viewers. So that's, at the end of the day, that's 100% what Google cares about, is their end users. So content is very important. So videos is another good way. So right now I'm sitting here, doing my video. I've just got a camera set up and I'm just talking away. That's one example of a style of video you could do. Another example of a style of video is to use Camtasia, or to use a program like Cam Studio or Screencast-O-Matic and record content that's on your screen. So you pull up a PowerPoint slides and you just do some bullet points, some basic bullet points, and you could be a short video, right? 2 to 3 minute long video that gives people really good actionable content. And I like to say actionable content, meaning they could take that content, watch it, and do something with it, right? Just like this video, I'm giving you guys a list of actionable content. Now this is going to end up being about 30 or so minutes of pure training, and so this video could be chopped into 10 separate videos that you could actually put out there online, just to give you guys an idea. So that's what we got here. So we've got our videos, simple videos, but use your keywords when you're submitting these videos out there. So it could be your videos. Another thing you could do is other people's videos, right? There's some really good content that's related to your niche out there on YouTube. So you could take several of these videos or find really good videos and add them to your website with maybe a paragraph or 2 of commentary, meaning this is what I liked about this video, this is what I didn't like, what do you think? So if you're in a spot where you're like, boy, I don't have time to write a really lengthy post, go find a video and then do a little commentary on that video. Boom, right there, your content's done. Have good quality keywords in there. Make sure you're using keywords again in the title tags as you insert your video. It's very simple to insert a video into a blog. You can Google any tutorial or just embed the link and your video will show up there. So really powerful thing is to use videos. Another source of content is going to be curated content. Curated content, and that kind of is similar to what I just talked about. So curated content is where you go out on the internet and you find really good articles related to your niche market. So let me show you this again. We've got listicles, articles, videos, curated content. Again, that curated content is content where you are actually going out on the internet and you are finding quality content that is related to your market. So you could put together a list of 10 articles that you found that were very, very good. Maybe you're in the golf space and you find 10 really good articles about improving your golf game, right? And then you just put a link to each one of those articles with maybe a sentence or two review, and then you just submit that blog post as the top 10 articles on improving your golf game. Top 10 blog posts on improving your golf game. Right there, you've got your content put together. You could curate one piece of content with commentary, just like you do the video. You could curate a pile of videos, maybe take 5 videos and put them into one post, just embedded one on top of the other with your feedback on that. That's another example of a style of post that you can do. So you've got listicles, the articles, the videos, the curated content. Another source is guest content, right? So you can find people in your niche market that are looking to get exposure themselves, and you could say, hey, approach them and say, hey, I like your blog. Would you be interested in doing a unique blog post for my audience, right? It's a win-win situation because at the end of the article, you're linking back to their website, right? So once you link back to their website, they are actually benefiting them. And you're benefiting because you're getting unique content from a fresh perspective and a fresh viewpoint, right? So that's another really good way to get good quality content. So here's 5 really good ideas for getting good, dynamic, engaging content onto your website here. Another one is product reviews. You could do product reviews as well related to your niche market. You don't want to always do product reviews, but if you sprinkle those in. So these are all great ideas to have engaging content. I'll review them again. 1 listicles, 2 articles, 3 videos, 4 curated content, 5 is guest content. Have a guest post or a guest video, something that's related to someone else that's not you, right? So you're not having to create that content. But if you apply these methods and just be consistent, get on a consistent schedule, maybe do 1 listicle a week and 1 video a week type article, and then 1 video or 1 long article every other week, and then you kind of sprinkle in this content. So you're getting 3 or so fresh new pieces of content every single week. By the end of a month, you're going to have 100, or end of a year, you'll have 150 plus pieces of content on your blog, right? By the end of 2 years, you're going to have 300 or so pieces of content. And if you look at it, every single one of these pieces of content is another entry point to your website, and they're all focused on a keyword related to your niche market. You want to always use those keywords. So let's transition a little bit and talk about that keyword research, because keywords are so essential. So we laid out the basics of SEO, having in the title tags, engaging content. Your link building is important, but good quality content is going to be a big part of your link building.